Hey, how are y'all doing? You just in time. I'm getting ready to change my oil and filter, a video I've been wanting to do for a long time, and it's a way you can save some money because if you do a lot of riding, 3,000 miles comes around pretty quick. With synthetic oil, I change mine every 4,000 miles, and when I rode a lot, that comes around pretty quick as well. My current ride is a 2008 Suzuki Bandit. You can see it. And I've had it for a long time. Been on a lot of trips, been to Rolling Thunder in Washington, D.C. Oh, probably, well, not all of them with this bike, but altogether I've been there probably 18, 20 times maybe. But we're going to change the oil right quick, and I'm going to have some little assistance here. But it's very easy. The best thing to do is refer to your owner's manual unless you have a 1250 Suzuki Bandit as I do. And so let's get started. Let's not lose any more time. It doesn't take much time at all. The filter, the plug being underneath, is kind of hard to show you. I was wanting to do that, but it just didn't work out the way I wanted. So we'll get started and I'll talk it through. I'll do a tutorial. So first off, locate your drain plug. Turn it counterclockwise. That's lefty-loosey, and whenever you tighten it, you turn it clockwise. That's clockwise. That's tighten. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. This is a oil change and filter 101 for anybody that's never held a wrench before. People who have done so, just please bear with me, okay? Because there's a few things I want to cover that maybe no one's ever said before, okay? So first I'm going to loosen the filter. First loosen the filter and the drain plug. Okay, the drain plug is out. The oil is draining into the pan underneath. Make sure you don't have a hole in the pan. And sometimes when you pull the plug out, it'll slip out of your hands down into the drain plug, and the little washer will fall off. Sometimes it's easy to overlook, but you need to retrieve this little washer. Retrieve this little washer. It is highly important. There's the drain plug. It keeps it from leaking. If you don't have this on there, there's a very good chance you're going to have an oil leak around the drain plug. So I always take it off, wipe it off with a shop rag or clean paper towel, replace it back on the drain plug, and have it sitting ready to go back. These washers are very inexpensive. Go to your motorcycle shop. I always believe in supporting your local motorcycle shop, and I don't have one anymore, not in my hometown. We had a Suzuki and Honda shop, and they're no longer here. We had a Harley Davidson shop that closed last year, and I think the oil is just about done. Hold on now. It's on the side stand, and I like to pull the bike up and lean it the other way just a little to get every drop out of it. I think that's about it. Okay, we'll go ahead and replace the drain plug. Well, it's still draining. Well, the last few drops are coming out of there. I'm going to go ahead and loosen the oil filter. And it's always counterclockwise to loosen. A little bit more oil out of there. takes longer to get everything together than it does to change it. Okay, while that is draining, I want to show you something else that's very important that a lot of people miss. Okay, when you change your oil and you crank the engine up, you just screw the filter on, don't do anything else to it. Your engine's not getting any oil, no lubrication, until the pump fills the filter up first, and then goes through the filter pump, and then it goes up to the rest of the engine, up to the heads, to the cams. So what I always like to do, somebody told me this a long time ago, and it makes a lot of good sense, is pour some oil in the oil filter. And the paper element will soak it up. It's not going to spill out when you turn it sideways to screw it onto the engine block. But what you do first is take a little bit of oil on your finger, like this, fresh oil, run it around this rubber ring, and that'll make it go on a lot easier. Make it go on a whole lot easier. You just put it on hand tight. And then I'm going to pour some oil into the filter. Pour it till it's about full. Then I'll take and just turn it a little bit sideways, 45 degrees, and turn it. Turn it slowly, and that paper filter material is soaking up that oil. So when I crank my engine up, it's not going to be dry. It's going to already have oil in it. Now, so you can, it's not going to spill out. Whoop, a little bit did. A little bit more in there. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take the filter off. I think it's loose. Where's my plug? Mama? My plug. Okay, after all the oil is drained out, you take a shop rag or clean paper towel, wipe off the plug again, the bottom of the engine. Have a paper towel, please. Wipe off the plug real good, because there's another reason for that also. And I'll tell you in a little bit. Okay, now I have the drain pan directly underneath the filter. So a small amount of oil is going to come out there. And by the way, my name is Tim, and you're on the Blue Ridge Biker channel. Stand by, we have more. Filter's almost off. Something else I want to mention. That's the wrong side. Mama. I gotta get it over there. I have to take the filter off. You go get my filter. I have to take the filter off from this side. It has a radiator hose in the way that I must move, and then I can get the filter out. And if the pipes are hot, that would make this very difficult. Okay, the filter's out. There's something else I want to mention. Whenever you pull your old filter out, make sure this O-ring is still attached to your filter. In some instances, it sticks to your engine block. If that should happen, if you put your new filter on, you're going to have a leak. So when you pull the old filter off, make sure your O-ring, this is a flat washer, rubber washer, is still intact. Then I'll take some shop rags or clean paper towels and wipe the area where the filter was. Next thing is just screw on a new filter that already has oil in it. And all the oil is soaked up into the paper elements. Now, starting to get dark here in Carolina, so getting hard to see. Yeah, you just line up the filter. Hopefully you don't have your pipes in the way like I do. Hey, I'm tightening the filter up by hand, trying to wipe the oil off as I go so I can get a little bit better grip. Tighten it the best you can, hand tight, as tight as you can get it by hand, and you shouldn't have any leaks. All right, we're ready to put some oil in it now. You bring the oil? Let me get a cup. Now just make sure you use the manufacturer's specification for oil. And something else I want to mention, you do not have to get to shop to change your oil to maintain your new warranty. That's a bunch of hogwash. You can change your own oil. Now I do know on Harleys, if you buy aftermarket performance equipment that's not Harley, you get somebody else to put it on, that voids your warranty. Or if you buy it from Harley and put it on yourself, that still voids the warranty. You have to buy it from Harley and they have to put it on, keep from voiding your warranty. But as far as routine maintenance, you can do it yourself and your warranty's good. You can do a 3-hole change on a Harley by yourself. If you use synthetic, you can use all 3 oils for all 3 of them and probably save you about $800. Okay, the Suzuki Bandit, it takes exactly 3.7 quarts of oil, and I've done this so many times. There's one, and there's the second one. Would have done this sooner, but I just got off work, and the sun is slowly sinking behind the trees to the west. But best thing is I'm off tomorrow, so I can ride. Okay, there's 2. 3. Hey, tease up, see if the camera against it. Because I need that one too. Here's the third one. But I do use synthetic oil, and we are not endorsed or sponsored by anyone. This is just my personal preference for this particular bike. I use, this is Valvoline 1040. I usually use Mobil 1, but they were out. And this is specifically formulated for 4-cylinder motorcycles. Some specifies just for V-twins, usually your 2050 weight. Okay, put the cap back on. We're ready for his first startup after an oil change. Very good. Huh? Oh, wait a minute, we gotta put a bit more in. Sometimes I'll go ahead and crank it up and get it circulating, and then I'll put the last bit in, but it holds up 3.7. And also these cans, plastic cans, we used to call them cans. But there is like a sight glass on the side that you can see. And so you can pretty much guesstimate how much 0.7 is. Also, my bike does not have a dipstick. It has a sight glass, which I wasn't sure if I'd like that or not in the beginning, but I do like it. Okay, that is 3.7. I'm not used to doing this on camera. Wipe off my plug. And now we're about ready to do our first startup after an oil and filter change. And it was due. Another thing I want to tell you is when you first turn the switch on, all your lights come on. Some people don't understand why that is. Well, the reason is it shows you that your bulbs are not burned out. That's the high beam. Well, the temperature light didn't come on, but we're in neutral, so we're gonna crank it up. Kill switches on. I gotta hold the clutch in, I forgot. Hold this. Yep, even in neutral, the Suzuki, you must hold the clutch in. Hold it on that side. Over there. No, this side. You want to hold the clutch? Just hold the clutch in. Not release it. Okay, the oil light went out. That means we have oil pressure. That's good. Of course, you should always check for when you change your oil. When the neutral light's on. And I need some gas. Next thing you need to do is cut it off. Check the plug underneath the engine block. And then also check the filter area to make sure neither one is leaking. Neither one's leaking, you're good to go. It's time to get on all your gear and go for a ride. So that's it. And also remember, always check your tire pressure. Mine, sorry it's dirty, but there's a decal here from the factory. Tells your tire pressure. And if you change your tire size for any reason, go by what's on the sidewall. But these little low profile tires, it's very hard to read any writing on the side. So always refer to your owner's manual. And yeah, this is my bike. I know y'all probably been wondering if I had a bike because I've been doing videos from my truck. And this is my Suzuki. And we have a cat, so that's the reason for that. And oil in the road that I hit a few years ago. Is the reason for this. So you always got to look out. Them little bitty oil spots can leave you sliding. And I did a little number on my side cover. Sure, they're not too terribly expensive, but the plastic is. And I'm not going to change the tank, just leave it like it is. But anyway, I hope you've learned something. I hope, thank you for staying with me if you stayed with me this long. And I hope to do many more, okay? This is my first tutorial on video, but this is Tim, Blue Ridge Biker Channel. Thanks for stopping by, and be careful out there. Ride, be safe so you can live to ride another day. And also, life is a journey. Enjoy the ride. See you down the road. Take care.